Welcome back to the Scary Paradise. Today, we're delving into the fascinating and sometimes hair-raising world of phobias. From the creepy crawlers to the fear of the unknown, we're going to uncover some of the scariest phobias out there. But before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on our latest episode. Number 10. Acrophobia. Acrophobia is a specific phobia characterized by an intense and irrational fear of heights. People with acrophobia experience extreme anxiety and discomfort when they are in high places or even when they think about being in such situations. This fear can be triggered by a variety of situations, including standing on tall buildings, cliffs, bridges, or even looking down from a height. The severity of acrophobia can vary from person to person, with some individuals experiencing mild discomfort while others may have debilitating panic attacks. The exact cause of acrophobia is not entirely understood, but it is believed to be a combination of genetic, environmental, and psychological factors. Traumatic experiences related to heights, such as a fall or witnessing a fall, can contribute to the development of acrophobia. Additionally, some studies suggest that a genetic predisposition to anxiety disorders may play a role in the development of acrophobia. Environmental factors, such as upbringing and early experiences with heights, can also influence the development of this phobia. The symptoms of acrophobia can range from mild unease to severe panic. Common physical symptoms include rapid heart rate, sweating, trembling, nausea, and a feeling of dizziness or lightheadedness. In extreme cases, individuals with acrophobia may avoid situations that involve any form of height, which can significantly impact their daily lives and limit their activities. Fortunately, acrophobia is a treatable condition, and various therapeutic approaches, including cognitive behavioral therapy and exposure therapy, can be effective in helping individuals manage and overcome their fear of heights. Number 9. Somniphobia. Somniphobia, also known as sleep anxiety or sleep dread, is a specific phobia characterized by an intense fear of falling asleep. People with somniphobia may experience significant distress and anxiety at the thought of going to bed and allowing themselves to drift off into unconsciousness. This fear can be rooted in various underlying concerns, such as a fear of nightmares, sleep disturbances, loss of control, or even a fear of death while asleep. Individuals with somniphobia often experience a range of physical and psychological symptoms. These may include rapid heart rate, sweating, trembling, difficulty breathing, and a sense of impending doom when faced with the prospect of sleep. Additionally, they may develop patterns of insomnia or irregular sleep schedules as they try to avoid going to bed. Over time, this can lead to fatigue, irritability, and other negative impacts on their overall well-being. The causes of somniphobia can be complex and vary from person to person. Traumatic experiences, such as experiencing a particularly distressing nightmare or witnessing a frightening event during sleep, can contribute to the development of somniphobia. Additionally, individuals with anxiety disorders or other mental health conditions may be more prone to developing this phobia. Number 8. Pediophobia. Pediophobia, also known as the fear of dolls, is a specific phobia characterized by an intense and irrational fear of dolls or similar humanoid figures. This fear can manifest in various forms, from a general discomfort around dolls to a full-blown panic response when in close proximity to them. People with pediophobia may experience a range of physical and emotional reactions, including rapid heart rate, trembling, sweating, nausea, and an overwhelming sense of dread. The origins of pediophobia can be diverse and may vary from person to person. Some individuals may have had a traumatic experience involving dolls in their past, such as a doll moving unexpectedly or being associated with a negative event. Additionally, cultural depictions of dolls in horror films and literature have contributed to the prevalence of this phobia. The uncanny valley effect, which refers to the discomfort people may feel when presented with humanoid objects that are almost, but not quite, human in appearance, can also play a role in triggering pediophobia. Living with pediophobia can be challenging, as dolls and doll-like figures are commonly found in various settings, such as homes, stores, and even museums. Avoidance behaviors may develop, leading individuals to go to great lengths to steer clear of situations or places where dolls are present. However, avoidance can further reinforce the fear and hinder everyday functioning. Number 7. Claustrophobia. Claustrophobia, also known as the fear of mirrors, is a specific phobia characterized by an intense and irrational fear of mirrors or reflective surfaces. People with claustrophobia may experience extreme anxiety or panic when faced with mirrors, whether it be their own reflection or the fear of seeing something else within the mirror. This fear can be quite distressing and can significantly impact a person's daily life. The terror associated with claustrophobia can stem from various sources. Some individuals may have had a traumatic experience involving a mirror in their past, while others may be influenced by cultural or superstition-based beliefs about mirrors being portals to other dimensions or harboring supernatural entities. Additionally, for some, the fear may be linked to a distorted sense of self-image or a fear of confronting one's own appearance. What makes claustrophobia particularly terrifying for those who suffer from it is the feeling of helplessness and the potential for encountering the unknown. Mirrors are common in most environments, and avoiding them can be incredibly challenging. This can lead to heightened anxiety in situations where mirrors are present, which can, in turn, lead to a cycle of avoidance behavior. Number 6. Hemophobia. Hemophobia, also known as the fear of blood, is a specific phobia characterized by an intense and irrational fear of blood or situations involving blood. People with hemophobia may experience extreme anxiety or panic when confronted with blood, whether it's their own, someone else's, or even just the sight of blood in a medical setting. This fear can be highly distressing and can lead to avoidance of situations where blood may be present. The terror associated with hemophobia can be attributed to various factors. Some individuals may have had a traumatic experience involving blood in their past, such as witnessing a severe injury or undergoing a medical procedure. Others may have developed this fear due to cultural or societal influences, such as negative portrayals of blood in media or stories of gruesome injuries. What makes hemophobia particularly terrifying for those who suffer from it is the visceral reaction it can provoke. The sight of blood can trigger intense physical and emotional responses, including rapid heart rate, nausea, dizziness, and even fainting in severe cases. This can lead to a sense of helplessness and a fear of losing control, which can be incredibly distressing for individuals with this phobia. Living with hemophobia can be challenging, as blood is a common and unavoidable aspect of life. Medical settings, first aid situations, or even minor injuries can become highly anxiety-provoking for individuals with hemophobia. Treatment for hemophobia often involves exposure therapy, where individuals gradually confront their fear of blood in a controlled and supportive environment. Seeking support from a mental health professional can be crucial in helping individuals overcome this phobia and regain a sense of control over their lives. Number 5. Coulrophobia. Coulrophobia is the term used to describe an intense and irrational fear of clowns. People with coulrophobia may experience feelings of anxiety, dread, or even panic when confronted with clowns, whether in person, in images, or even in fictional portrayals like movies or television shows. The origins of coulrophobia can vary from person to person. Some individuals may trace their fear back to a specific traumatic experience involving a clown, while others may be influenced by cultural depictions of clowns as sinister or malevolent figures, especially in horror movies. The exaggerated and often unpredictable behavior, along with the heavily painted faces and unconventional attire of clowns, can contribute to the unsettling nature of these characters for some individuals. Coulrophobia can be particularly distressing for those who experience it, as clowns are sometimes present in various social settings, such as parties, circuses, and even in some healthcare contexts where they may be used to comfort or entertain patients, especially children. The fear may lead to avoidance behaviors or even cause significant discomfort in situations where clowns are present. Seeking support from a mental health professional can be instrumental in helping individuals overcome this phobia and improve their quality of life. Number 4. Arachnophobia. Arachnophobia is a bone-chilling and primal fear that invades the minds of those afflicted, turning the mere sight of a spider into a heart-pounding nightmare. It is a relentless and irrational terror of these eight-legged creatures, whose mere presence can transform even the bravest of souls into trembling victims of their own dread. The very thought of encountering a spider, whether in the dark corners of one's home or creeping across one's path outdoors, evokes an overwhelming and paralyzing sense of horror. For individuals burdened with arachnophobia, the fear transcends the boundaries of a mere phobia. It's as if an ancient survival instinct awakens within them, as the sight of a spider sends their hearts racing, their skin crawling, and their breaths quickening. The relentless fear of venomous fangs, hairy legs, and the unpredictability of these arachnids looms like a malevolent shadow, ready to plunge them into a suffocating abyss of panic. The true terror of arachnophobia lies in the omnipresence of these creatures. Spiders are pervasive in both indoor and outdoor environments, lurking in dark corners, hanging from cobwebs, and occasionally venturing into plain sight. Avoidance behaviors become a grim necessity, causing individuals to live in perpetual fear of crossing paths with these formidable and mysterious creatures. Living with arachnophobia is a daily battle against the relentless dread, and even the slightest encounter with a spider can transform an ordinary moment into a harrowing ordeal. Seeking professional help from a mental health expert is often essential for those grappling with this phobia, as they work towards understanding and managing their fear, ultimately reclaiming a sense of control over their lives in the face of one of the most primal and haunting fears known to humankind. Number 3. Trypophobia. Trypophobia is an unsettling and spine-chilling phobia that induces a visceral reaction in those afflicted. It is an irrational and intense fear of clustered or irregular patterns of small holes or bumps. The mere sight of such patterns can send shivers down the spine, cause skin to crawl, and evoke a sense of deep dread. These patterns can be found in various natural and artificial objects, such as honeycombs, lotus seed pods, or even clusters of bubbles. For those suffering from trypophobia, the fear is not merely visual. It triggers a physical response that can be likened to a primal survival instinct. The skin may break out in goosebumps, and an overwhelming sense of discomfort and revulsion can wash over the individual. Some may even experience a feeling of impending doom, as if the patterns are a harbinger of something malevolent lurking beneath the surface. The terror of trypophobia lies in its insidious ubiquity. Objects and images that trigger this fear can be found unexpectedly in everyday life, from natural formations to man-made objects. The irrationality of the fear only serves to intensify the dread, as those afflicted struggle to explain why such seemingly innocuous patterns induce such an overwhelming sense of horror. Number 2. Necrophobia. Necrophobia, also known as the fear of death or dead things, is a chilling and deeply unsettling phobia that strikes at the core of our mortality. It is an irrational and intense dread of anything associated with death, including corpses, graveyards, or even discussions about mortality. The very thought of encountering death-related imagery or being in close proximity to a deceased body can send shivers down the spine and invoke an overwhelming sense of terror. For those afflicted by necrophobia, the fear is not limited to a psychological response. It triggers a visceral, physical reaction. The heart races, breath quickens, and a suffocating feeling of dread washes over the individual. The idea of confronting the inescapable inevitability of death becomes a source of sheer horror, as if the very concept holds a malevolent power. The true terror of necrophobia lies in its omnipresence. Death is an inescapable part of the human experience, and reminders of mortality can be found in every corner of life. Whether it's a funeral procession passing by, a cemetery on the outskirts of town, or even a somber conversation about the afterlife, the fear of confronting death can be a constant, gnawing presence. Before we head to our top 1, my name is Art, and if you liked our content, please subscribe to our channel and don't forget to hit notification so you never miss out on our latest uploads. Leaving a like and comment will help our channel with the YouTube algorithm. Number 1. Arachnophobia. Arachnophobia, the fear of darkness, is a haunting and primal dread that taps into our most primal fears. It is an irrational and intense aversion to the absence of light, evoking a sense of foreboding and dread that can send shivers down the spine. The very thought of being engulfed in pitch-black darkness can induce an overwhelming surge of terror. The heart pounds, breath quickens, and a suffocating sense of helplessness and vulnerability takes hold. It's as though the shadows hold secrets, concealing unseen horrors that are poised to emerge. The true horror of arachnophobia lies in its insidious omnipresence. Darkness is an ever-present force, lurking just beyond the reach of light. From the inky blackness of a night-shrouded forest to the chilling abyss of an unlit room, the fear of what might lurk within the shadows can be an unrelenting, inescapable presence. Living with arachnophobia can be an agonizing struggle, as avoidance behaviors often develop to protect oneself from the all-encompassing dark. Seeking professional help from a mental health expert is crucial for those grappling with this phobia, as they work towards understanding and managing their fear, ultimately striving to reclaim a sense of control over their lives in the face of the abyss. And there you have it, a glimpse into the spine-chilling world of phobias. Remember, if you or someone you know is struggling with a phobia, seeking professional help is always a great step towards overcoming it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on more bone-chilling content. Until next time, stay scared.